right, welcome to another Neurotic News. It's wonderful to be here. I'm here with Dan Rath, one of the greats, and we're releasing an ep every second Tuesday. I feel like I'm saying that at the start every time now. But hey, it's good news, I guess. I don't know. It's good to be here. And Dan, are you doing well? Did you enjoy the Gold Coast? We went to the Gold Coast together and microdosed magic mushrooms and lay in the ocean for a small period there.
It's good to pave new neural pathways. You know?
Yeah, I do.
I always think that.
You think that's yeah? Well, we saw a koala as well when we were driving up a hill. A koala was walking up the road and we stopped and walked it into the forest.
I've seen a lot of wild animals this year.
Yeah?
I saw a seal in the Central Business District and
you saw a seal in the CBD? You brushed over that quite.
Yeah. Isn't that...
Not like the singer, you mean like an actual seal?
I've seen Seal the singer too, but this was just a seal in Barangaroo.
Yeah, right. What was it doing in the CBD?
Just having a swim near some skyscrapers. It's interesting, like you've got the whole ocean. Huh?
What? What skyscrapers are near seals?
You know, like Barangaroo, that big pointy building that looks like it's from Abu Dhabi or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that near an ocean?
Well, it's near the water.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and the seal was just swimming.
Wow. It's like utopian.
Swimming.
City meets nature.
On a line bike.
Getting on a line bike.
Yeah, well, it's just near one. Like there was a line bike. Like it's weird for a line bike to be that close to a seal.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they've got the Atlantic Ocean and shit.
Mm.
They could be fucking around near the Titanic and
the
like
grave
that.
of the Titanic.
Yeah, like why not go there and visit?
Yeah.
And like let's go near a line bike.
Well, maybe it likes tech.
Yeah.
You know those line bikes are really bad if you throw them in the water.
They don't work as well.
Yeah.
I've found.
But also because of the batteries leak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking because like, with bipolar disorder, they put you on lithium.
Right, which is in those batteries.
Which, they also, they use lithium to make batteries. And you're not doing well when you're on the same medication as your TV remote.
Right. Yeah, fuck.
Like at least it can change the channel, but you've still got the same thoughts like end it, end it, it's fucking over. And then you go on a gambling splurge at Star Casino. So
it is fascinating that a mineral that's mined in the ground, because you've been on lithium, eh? Like
I've been on all sorts of things.
Yeah.
But I think with lithium on and off, but lithium like a remote. But it's like lithium, I find it's interesting that it's a naturally occurring psychiatric drug. Lithium's the only psychiatric drug that is a mineral that you can find in the Earth's core.
Right.
Like that's incredible to me.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like if, it's just like, it's just occurring in nature to be picked or dug out. It's like a truffle.
Yeah, it's like if Lexapro was a truffle.
Yeah, or a tree like cherries. Like, go pick some Lexapro for your brother. He's feeling a bit down.
The backpackers have to pick Prozac now to get a visa.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? It's incredible.
Yeah,
we found a Lexapro mine.
The Zoloft comes out of the tree trunk like a creamy ooze, and then it's collected and gathered and bottled.
Yeah.
Like
it's insane.
Bees are gathering. Bees are gathering.
Near the Lexapro.
Yeah. Bees are gathering Lexapro and turning it into like a honey.
There's a honey syrup that you can drink and it changes your neural pathways so you can't come anymore. It's Lexapro, it's natural. But it's interesting, like the idea that they mine lithium. I just love the idea, like, because, Prozac, Lexapro, it's a guy in a lab coat with a microscope zooming in on it. This one's a guy in high-vis on the back of a jackhammer just drilling into the Earth's core.
Right.
To get lithium.
So an unstable person mining something to stabilize.
Yeah. The person who needs it the most, I mean, I can't think of anyone more mentally unstable than a miner.
Right. Yeah.
Like a FIFO worker?
Yeah, going in. Yeah, they fly in, they earn a fuckload of money, and then they've got heaps of free time.
They fly in suicidal, fly out manic. Go to the casino, just fucking splurge their super on roulette.
Yeah, lunatics.
You know, hit someone with a hammer,
Mm.
and then they go back to the mining site.
To get out lithium to help stabilize people, ironically.
I like the idea that because they're using lithium for all kinds of batteries, and they're just drilling into the Earth's core. They get the lithium, and they're like, should we use this to power a car or as a mood stabilizer for Charlie Sheen?
Decisions
to be made. Like, it's just such a weird thing that lithium's a naturally occurring mineral that helps prevent suicide, but it could also power your car. So you're just going to drive off a jetty.
So if you're feeling down or whatever really bad, you could lick your get out of your car and lick your Tesla battery.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, thank God.
Go home and go to Grilled with a friend. Chill. So it's weird, to have the cure for suicidal depression within your car battery.
Yeah, that is unusual.
It's
I can't think of another occurrence like that.
Where they have just a naturally...
Yeah. It's like you don't picture like antidepressants oozing out of the earth like oil.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, my car's a Prozac. It runs on Prozac. It's the new Prozac vehicle model. You know, like it's just...
It is weird. You're
unleaded
right.
or Prozac.
Yeah. Well, they're just mining all these minerals now for... It's just funny, isn't it? Because the whole green movement's just based on these minerals mined by slaves. Like a lot of them. Not lithium, but like cobalt and shit.
Yeah.
That's just weird.
Well, you got the...
Because it's like this good thing and this bad thing. I guess it's like what we're talking about, like the mask or whatever.
It reminds me of the...
it's like there's two realities now, you know. There's like the superficial fake thing, and then there's like this dark reality.
Obscene supplement. And I was just thinking that with that battery, you know, the Energizer battery. Now it's like the battery that's running and going, fuck yeah, let's go for a fucking run.
Yeah.
I just realized he's having a manic episode.
Of course.
That battery that advertises batteries.
Right.
You know the ones that got arms and legs?
You're saying like the battery ad where it's got a bunny that never stops because it's so manic?
That's manic.
You're saying it needs to utilize the lithium in the batteries to calm the fuck down.
That's what I'm saying. Stabilize yourself, cunt.
You think there's a hidden message in there that the rabbit's actually manic?
They should have an ad where it's just hanging itself next to the battery. It was depressed today.
That's the end of the ad?
Yeah. Just a weird ad campaign that hurts their stock price.
Well, they do plenty of that these days.
Weird ads.
Yeah, like ads that are just like crazy, like again, like mega woke or like crazy political positions. You got fucking. It's like you were saying about Dove. Did we talk about that in another episode?
Yeah, well, no, the Dove thing was because they did all this stuff. They're like, we're a political movement. We're like actually more of a social organization. Dove.
And then they just started going bankrupt.
They went bankrupt. Got a new CEO. He was like, it's just soap. That was his announcement. It's like, we're just going back to just scrubbing people.
Hey guys, we've held this press conference to tell you that Dove is just soap. There's not a political movement attached to it that hides capitalist engine.
Yeah.
It's just we're just for cleaning.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a political
Please
movement.
don't use it for anything else.
Yeah, please don't hold up bars of Dove during your revolutionary protests.
Yeah, I think it is weird. The more successful the company, the more confusing the ad.
Yeah.
Like you'll watch, you'll be like, is this the new Star Wars? And then it's Telstra or whatever.
Yeah, you see like a drop of water land on a flower. The flower slowly dies. Then like, there's a moon. And then it's like a woman looks really thoughtfully out to the ocean. And it's like, grilled. No.
Yeah,
it's like Suncorp Insurance.
Yeah,
Next
you're
time
like,
you're in an existential crisis.
I'm like, I thought it was the new Noah Baumbach Mumblecore film. Do you know what I mean? Like, have you ever had that? Where you're like, isn't that Greta Gerwig's signature all over that?
Yeah. Fuck, is this Scorsese's new film?
Like there's ads that are like riddles and shit. Like Uber Eats has ads that are like riddles. They're like, you can't order a pigeon, but can you maybe?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They got weird
I feel
shit
like
that.
It's so postmodern now that like there was ads and then there were ads that made fun of ads and now there's just nonsense because it just gets attention. Because it's like, you want? I don't know. Who cares? You? Me.
But I've noticed
it's just like
when a business is failing.
fucking hay fever medication, you cunts. So I don't know why that makes me angry.
Yeah, it's like when a business is like flailing on its last legs, it's like 10 bags of chocolate for $10. 1 kilo per bag. Please, no confusion. Get product.
Right. The ads are really
$4.
clear and simple.
Yeah.
They're never
You know they're not doing
metaphysical.
well.
Yeah.
Like
It's like
that.
the carpet guy. We're fucking going out of business. Buy the carpet. Fuck. Like they're screaming like, please, carpets now. Cheap. Please.
Yeah.
Please. My wife's left me.
Yeah, it's like that.
Please,
But
God,
imagine if he's
buy
like,
them.
what is a carpet? A carpet is a concept, maybe. Lol. You'd be
Carpet.
like, they're doing well.
Yeah. Carpet world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you see fucking billboards on the side of buses and it's like, are you? Question mark.
Yeah.
It's like, what is this for? How many ads have you seen like lately where it's just like, I saw one, look up.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Where? Who? What is is there a website?
I saw one where white ladies, there was 5 white ladies that were replicas of each other. They looked like 5 Karens and they were just clicking at a black family.
What?
And I was like, and then it was just like Clara. And it was just in a train station. And I don't know what that is. I imagine it's some weird app. Do you know what I mean?
Clara.
It was bizarre. But it was so confusing. You were like, what is, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It sticks with you. I mean, but I could never find out what the product is.
No, I still have no idea what it is.
It's funny. You know, like the Snoop Dogg was doing raps for Uber Eats.
Yeah.
We'll get that fucking, you know, like get that Uber Eats, get that fucking pie and shit. I'm high, get that pie. Like, you know, rapping and shit. And that's how my son knows Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, right.
He only knows Snoop Dogg from that, whereas I know him from the era where he was like walking down the street, smoking endo, sipping on gin, where it was just about smoking weed, fucking women, and drinking as much as possible.
There's 2 ways to find out Snoop Dogg. It's like you can get the mixtape on the street when it just dropped originally with like texture written on it or whatever, or you can get it through a global corporation.
Yeah. It's
As
just
a
like,
jingle.
it's almost like Snoop Dogg is an eternal figure like Santa Claus.
Yeah.
It just occurs throughout cultures.
Yeah.
And just now it's like the corporate version.
Of Santa.
Yeah. Snoop, Santa, whatever. I tell you what though, like I think there's more like at the moment, because the way things are, more people like lunatics on the street and public transport than I've ever seen, which is fucking sad, to be honest, because it's like part COVID, I reckon, cost of living. Like it's fucking crazy out there. Like just when the other day we were eating and that dude came passing us, fucking Transformers, more of them eats to your fucking eyes, and like was screaming at us, you know?
Of course, no one does anything about it.
No one does anything about it.
They come into the gastropub, disrupt the ambience.
Yeah, like lunatics on public transport in Melbourne. There was one just screaming, everybody fucking, no, I've got the worst deal fucking ever. I remember he said this, fucking Jesus hates me. Muhammad hates me. L. Ron Hubbard hates me. Vishnu hates me. He was just listing all the gods that hate him.
Getting the off-Broadway gods in.
Yeah, it's cool he got L. Ron Hubbard in.
Yeah.
L. Ron Hubbard would be like, fuck, I can't believe I was mentioned in that list.
Yeah, it's like when an independent band gets listed on a top 100.
But it's funny because you can never tell them to shut up. Because they're so like lunatics are unpredictable and unwell. Like you can't just tell them to shut up. You know what I mean? Like they're intimidating enough that you can't just go like, hey man, you know, do you mind like not screaming? You're making people uncomfortable. I've never seen anyone do that ever.
It's like someone's got invisible nukes, which are like Transformers are everywhere. That means they've got a button on a nuke.
Social nuke, you mean?
Yeah, they've got a social nuclear weapon.
Right.
And you've just got a musket.
Right.
And the musket is like, yeah, I was just going to eat the Wagyu eggs Benedict and just, we're trying to, do you know, like.
Well, like, it's like lunatics have the same effect as beautiful women or just beautiful people in general. Because people are too fucking scared to tell them to shut up. And they get used to that. So they just take more and more liberties.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I think that's why they get crazier and crazier and they scream on public transport. Like this dude's just yelling across the tram just continuously for fucking half an hour.
They have a lot in common with hot people.
Yeah. It's like when a woman goes, give me that chair. And you're like, oh shit, I better.
Yeah.
You know, of a beautiful person because no one's ever told them no.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like as supermodels, like, let's play this board game for 4 hours. And the person, it's like, yeah. okay, I'm actually am getting tested for melanoma now, but I guess I'll cancel the appointment.
I like this scenario where you're going in to get tested for a melanoma, but a supermodel comes up to you and says, "Do you want to play a board game?"
Yeah, it's not the best example, but
I know what you mean.
I've just got to do a biopsy of a melanoma. They said it was benign, but they said there's a 1% chance it's malignant. Can I go to my appointment? Oh, I'd rather you played Risk.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be like, "Yep, no worries."
And if a meth head sat next to you on a bus and was like, let's play Risk, you'd be like, yeah.
Yeah, man.
I love
Fuck
it,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Man, I love you.
Yeah, if he sits down next to you and goes, "Hey, you fucking got to play Risk, okay?"
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, man. No, I wouldn't ever say no.
It sounds good.
Yeah. I'm glad I get to play Risk with a meth head.
It's
and
a
they
risk.
sort of, meth heads move like they're on a catwalk.
Yeah.
They sort of do that swanning where they're like, fucking,
They kind of,
yeah.
sometimes they walk like,
like
Mick Jagger or
yeah.
Keith Richards. Like,
It's they kind of do that point Mick Jagger does where he's like, fucking.
And they also, like a catwalk walk, they'll do like a twist at the end where they go, and they twist because like they found that there's more meth somewhere over that direction or whatever.
Or they heard
there's
Gary.
a noise.
Yeah, there's a noise like fucking Gary.
And they twist and do the catwalk back. Like,
yeah, fucking. And they're catwalking up and down the carriage or whatever on the public transport. And people are like, oh my God. Equally, if a beautiful, beautiful woman got in a bikini and walked up and down, no one would say anything.
Yeah, they occupy the same position in society.
Right. And they should do fucking fashion shows together.
Yeah.
They should rejuvenate meth heads, put them,
They should have
them
gentrified
in.
eye for the meth guy. You know, where they get a meth head, put him in a puffer vest, take him to the farmers markets with like a cardboard tray of heirloom tomatoes and just set him loose.
Yeah. Get him started in Ernst & Young, ends up as a CEO.
Yeah.
Not any happier.
He's still carrying around a hammer, like just as a vestige of his last life.
Yeah.
It's like he used to be a meth head. He has a hammer.
Now he's just using it to intimidate executives below him
Yeah.
and metaphorically bashing people,
I feel like
cutting off people's payments.
with a hammer. Yeah, I find when I see meth heads, they're I feel like I'm in a quest game and I've come across a non-playable character.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm just walking along and they're like, Gary's a cunt, Gary's a cunt. It's a repetition, like a programming loop.
Yeah. Like he's a non-playable character that you're sort of not meant to interact with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you need resources off him somehow.
Well, they sort of speak in riddles too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're very much like bridge trolls. They speak in riddles and block your path. And if you don't answer them, you get,
3 cunts ripped me off last week. Which one was you?
Yeah. And you're like, fuck, was it them? And they're like, wrong. And then they stab you with a screwdriver that's got tetanus on the top of it. And you're like, fuck, I'm going to need a battery of tests now.
A battery of tests.
I'm going to need a battery of medical tests now.
Battery-themed episode. Yeah. Here's an interesting thing. Kamikaze pilots in World War II.
Yeah, with Pearl Harbor, the Japanese invading Hawaii, the most tropical location ever. And I feel like if Japan had had Lifeline, it might have been different.
Right, because, so kamikaze pilots, also suicidal.
Suicidal, flying their planes into the hulls of naval vessels owned by America. I just feel like if they made that call to Lifeline and they were like, yeah, I'm thinking of driving my aircraft into the hull of an American ship, they'd be like, yeah, but have you looked at the views there, or there's so much to live for?
Yeah, have you considered, some things outside of yourself? Like take a look around. Some beautiful sceneries can sometimes pull you out of a...
Have you thought of just parachuting out and going for a surf?
So you're saying, in short, that Pearl Harbor, like that Lifeline could have prevented Pearl Harbor?
Yeah, if Japan had it. Because you'd get these kamikaze pilots, they're about to go into the hull of the ship and they're like, look, I'm having second thoughts about flying my plane into a naval vessel. And they'd be like, yeah, well, why don't you just land on the beach, have a swim. You'll improve your mental health from the vitamin D and cold water and go back to Tokyo refreshed, is all I'm saying. And then, of course, you go back to Tokyo and they're like, were you in the kamikaze thing? And you're like, nah, what's that?
Because you got to lie.
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't have liked that much.
Or you just stay in Hawaii
Mm.
and chill forever.
Yeah. You just stay in Hawaii, wouldn't you?
I just feel it's weird, like you got a kamikaze pilot. It's your first visit to the most beautiful tropical location, best beaches in the world, and you've got to end it. You know?
Yeah. It seems because you'd be flying over it all before you fly into one of the battleships.
I saw a documentary where the guy was like, oh, the views were beautiful.
Jesus Christ.
Like he loved.
Yeah.
He was like, it was just spectacular. Like that'd suck.
Mm.
At least if you're detonating a suicide vest in Fallujah, it's just like, okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Views of shit.
You know, there's no ocean.
Yeah.
You know what I'm just saying? Like the ocean's nice.
Yeah. It would have made it harder.
I'd rather do it in Fallujah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
I see
it's
what
like,
you mean.
look, it's hot and
Well, the outside world of Hawaii is going to remind you.
of what you're missing.
Yeah. Exactly.
But when you're in a war zone already.
I could see it like an ad for Lifeline. Don't be the kamikaze pilot.
Yeah. Don't be an idiot and drive your
enjoy the beach.
plane into the hull of a naval vessel, dickhead. That's if it was Australian.
He's Australian ad.
But for some reason, Lifeline is owned by the Japanese government, but it's weirdly still giving suicide prevention
I feel like
advice.
maybe Lifeline would sit on the American side and just put radio into the, as a defense technique.
Yeah.
The kamikaze pilots, it's a defense technique in America didn't consider, which is like, holding up big signs on the battleship saying, have you considered meditation?
Yeah. Like a billboard.
Yeah.
It'd be weird if they did it on Are You OK Day in Japan.
Mm.
They're like, are you okay, Colonel Datsun? And it's like, yes.
But I am going to fly. I am going to fulfill my duty of flying.
My sense of nationalism narrowly outweighs my will to live.
It was a different time though, wasn't it? I mean,
I just
said, like, it's just funny, man, because that era, whenever I see movies in it or whatever, just how, how respectable and how conservative they were with sexuality and stuff like that. And I always loved that idea that they say with psychoanalysis, where in the 1950s people would be like, would go to a therapist and go, oh, I went out last night and I had this incredible time and I feel really bad because I've been like enjoying myself so much. What do I do? But now it's like, oh yeah, I went out every night, been enjoying myself. I've got a job I love. I've got this awesome family and I've got all these great things and I live in a great house and my life is good, but I still feel bad.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what I mean?
The 50s it had like, because I've heard that less and less people are having sex now.
Right.
The people in the 50s were having a lot, apparently.
Right.
That's what they said. It's declined the rate of
so
sex
you think
is going
there's
down.
a relationship between the fact that the conservative 1950s, there was no sexualized images, there was no digital sexualized pornography, there was no porno mags probably, or if they were just like nudes.
Yeah.
And sex didn't appear, was not allowed to appear on TV, and sex
maybe a salacious light comedy show that'd be like innuendo. That'd be the most. That's like would be the hardest core pornography for them.
See, Doris, I'd probably get in a bath with you. Oh my!
I think he's gonna have. Yeah, I think he's having sex.
But now you go to a fucking burger place and it's like the big ass cum burger.
Yeah,
slathered with fucking
cum juice.
Yeah,
farted on by some of our technicians. Our burger technicians fart on the burgers.
What's the one you said at Daddy's Burgers?
Big Daddy's Burgers. And it sounds...
Isn't there an ash crusher?
Even Big Daddy's is... It's like,
sexual.
what the fuck? Like,
yeah.
You know?
Well, sex has permeated every aspect of society.
You can get ass burner wings.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And Sex Panther spice. Like, get the Sex Panther spice.
Yeah, everything is fucking sexualized now, but no one's having sex.
Yeah, so you go to Big Daddy's Burger, get the Cumbuster Nugget pack, take that home... Watch 7 hours of octopus bukkake with jumper cables attached to your balls and a gimp mask on.
Right,
and feel nothing.
Right.
So that's now. Like, so you can see how it's changed in terms of, you know?
Yeah.
Like you've got, see, yes.
Mm.
And then lots of sex.
Yeah.
And now it's like, come bust her ass. And it's like, I'm not into
But also just every billboard is sexualized, every fucking menu item sexualized, every fucking news, even the news reporters are like hot. The fucking, like every movie's got crazy sex and it's more and more explicit. Obviously you have Pornhub.
Yeah.
It's just like sex is everywhere. It's just like, I don't even want to do this.
It's like we've outsourced sex from human beings to the culture.
Right.
It's like, why? Let's just take sex from humans and outsource it to the ambient culture so we don't have to. It's like a laugh track.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, the menu's having sex, so I don't have to.
Right.
It's like when you watch a laugh track, you're like, I don't have to laugh. They're laughing for me.
Right.
I've had a big day at the office, so I'll get the cum buster nugget pack because I can't be bothered busting a nut tonight. Do you know what I mean?
Go and watch someone else bust a nut in high def.
While eating cum buster nuggets and a gimp costume on.
With a butt plug up my ass.
And a ball in my mouth chained up.
Mm.
Just neutral.
But you reckon in the 1950s it was like, hello, Doris. Morning, Roger. Then later it's like, sure, you fucking...
Yeah, it's like, morning, Dorothy.
Morning, Dorothy.
And then they have like missionary position for like 7 hours.
Yeah.
Like every day.
It's good to fuck.
Yeah. Have a Coke and a fuck.
Yeah.
But they're just saying that to each other. Like, it's not in the ads.
Right. I see, yeah.
They're probably like, I don't even know if anyone else fucks Dorothy. Do you know what I mean?
I wonder if anyone else is having intercourse, Dorothy. I quite wonder these days.
Now you're like, everyone's sucking and fucking except for me.
You better be fucking. It's like, it's like that sexologist shit, It's like, sex is good for you now.
Yeah.
Like it's like a health thing. It's like you're gauging your relationship on the amount of sex you're having.
It releases brain-derived neurotrophic factor to grow new neurons so you can solve more Sudokus at a better effective rate.
If you have sex.
Yeah.
Because you can't just have sex because you enjoy it.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, you got to have sex because it's good for your gut health.
You can't do that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, massage my balls. It's going to emit more serotonin and dopamine, which is going to improve my skin.
You're like, I was just going to come into a void. They're like, you can't do that because of the economy. You know what I mean? Like if you're going to do it, make sure it helps with some other area.
There's something in your life it has to improve. Everything has to improve your life.
Lower your blood pressure.
Yeah. Would have been healthier back in the day when you're just like, oh, I'm having sex. Oh, friction.
Yeah.
Over.
What was that, Dorothy?
They
don't even know what it is.
Yeah, but they're arguing
like,
about
what
how
have we
good
done?
it was. Dorothy, that wasn't a fuck. Come on.
What have we done?
What was that?
We need a zoologist to classify what's happening in the bedroom.
No, something happened. There was a friction area and Dorothy made a noise. I mean, what was that?
It's a friction followed by an emission.
Is it sexual intercourse? Is that what this is?
Yeah. Now it's like suck and fuck burger. You've got incels eating suck and fuck burgers.
Suck and fuck.
Do you know what I mean?
No, I know what you mean. Like,
Yeah.
I've seen sexualized food and sexualized imagery name of food shops.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Mm.
And like I think like, Pornhub and Cadbury or something will probably do like a collaboration maybe.
Right, yeah.
Like there would just be videos in pornos with chocolate dripping out of nipples and stuff.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? It'd be like Cadbury.
Mm.
And you'll be watching it going, yeah, I'm going to get a chocolate. You're watching like an orgy bukkake gangbang and you're like, yeah, I'm going to get some Cadbury. I don't know why. Maybe because it's the new collaboration between Cadbury and Pornhub.
Well, there's a Pornhub stadium.
Yeah.
Isn't there? There's a Pornhub stadium in America. Pornhub sponsor a sports stadium. Like, there's Marvel.
Mm.
There's Pornhub stadium. I hope people aren't getting confused what they're going to see.
Yeah.
Because, in Amsterdam, you can just go see sex shows.
Well, there was a guy, I just read about him. He was a gimp, like from Pulp Fiction. That
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So there was a gimp at the shopping centre.
What?
Yeah, in the parking lot, writhing and squirming on the car park floor, like squealing and on a leash and everything. And
Yeah.
the article said that man discovered in gimp costume writhing on car park floor. I don't know why this, but yeah, anyway, the punishment was they didn't put him in prison. They gave him a 4-year ban on wearing a gimp costume.
What?
And I was like, I get it, because if you send him to prison, he's going to enjoy
Right.
Like that'll be a reward. That's what he wants.
Right. He would love that.
The real
yeah.
punishment is to deprive him of the ability to be punished.
Right. Right. That's crazy. So he enjoys the public humiliation of writhing.
On car park.
Wow.
Car parks.
Yeah.
So
do you reckon an Uber
it's
driver
weird
pulled
when you're
up
at
and
Aldi.
go, "Are you Tim?"
Yeah.
It's like, "No, mate, I'm busy. It's not me." Like an Uber driver mistakes him for his customer. Sorry, brother, but did you call Uber?
Airport.
He's just like writhing in a.
You're going to Adelaide Terminal 2?
Yeah.
He's like, yes, mate.
Yeah. Just give me a sec.
Yeah. Sorry,
I'm writhing in
my mouth.
Yeah, I'm writhing in a fucking puddle. I'm
Near
trying to
an Aldi.
publicly humiliate myself.
Yeah.
I don't know why that reminds me of all this. You're talking about like food and like the signs and like the sexualization. Also, there is an unbelievable amount of, I love you, but I love tacos more.
Yeah.
Every restaurant I go to, the Indian one I go to, I love you, but don't eat my curry.
Yeah.
That was.
I've noticed that all these signs have this idea that you have more passion for the food item
than
than
person.
the person you love the most.
Yeah.
So it's almost like there's an autistic sign writer going around going like, taco more than human. I'll do sign.
It's fucking true, man.
Yeah.
Everywhere I go, it's like eat, love, relax, but
Yeah.
make sure you eat your share or whatever. Like,
It's kind of like the KFC ads where like they're having a loving time and the KFC shows up and they face plant their partner out of the way.
Yeah.
You know, they look at the fucking chicken.
fucking bitch, look at this fucking chicken.
Yeah.
Oh, and they go over and they go, and the woman's in the background going, hey.
Yeah.
There was literally a Heineken ad. Amy Schumer made fun of it because, like, the dude, like a girl, like he's walking towards a girl, the girl's eyeing him off, beautiful woman in the bar, and he's looking straight towards her, but it turns out he's just looking at a beer his mate's holding.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
It just sounds like an autistic guy that loves beers.
Yeah.
You know what I
It's
mean?
like,
He's like, I love beers.
definitely beer, not pussy.
Definitely drink it. Drink it down the hatch.
Definitely not pussy.
I feel like the guy who invented the vending machine was definitely on the spectrum.
Right.
Because that's a guy that loves Mars bars and hates small talk.
Right. Doesn't want to go to the counter and buy one. He
Yeah.
wants to go D6, 4.
Yeah. And then robotic arm just dispensing it with a complete objectivity.
The whole thing is an enjoyable autistic outing.
Yeah. We got a Mars bar and interacted with a robot. You know, like check. That's my to-do list.
I wonder if AI will be like, they'll be walking around robots that are vending machines and like, hello, how are you? Oh, D4? Absolutely. And then like its stomach is a vending machine and then it like shits out a Mars bar,
Yeah.
so to speak, out of its slot.
Out of its slot hole.
You know what I mean? Because it's
Yeah.
got legs and it's like walking
It's
around
moving
going,
around.
I am Mars bar vending machine. Oh, hello, Mars bar vending machine. Could I please certainly swipe your card? And it's like,
Yeah, it just comes out.
it comes out of its slot. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I know it sounds weird, but
But at least you don't have to be like, so how's it going? You know, like that's
hey
what
man,
happened.
good to see you. Could I get yeah.
He went to the convenience store one day and Sharon was like, so how's it been going? It's like, I will just make your face D4 and press it.
This is the guy who invented the vending machine.
Do you know what I mean? I feel, you know, when they have them, like Newton had the apple fall on his head?
Right.
I reckon this was Sharon going, so what? Yeah, how's it going again, Terry? And he's like, fuck, D4. And just imagines her face as a button.
Right.
And the Mars bar coming out of the machine. He's like, that's it.
Like, yeah, he thought of it like human, or it could be a robot, D4.
Yeah.
And then if he invented it, it would have been like,
I'd like to summon a robotic arm to dispense chocolate. That's
when
what
you
we'd
put
like
it
to
like
see.
that. Yeah, when you put it like that. Well, I think that's a perfect note to end on. I couldn't agree more. Well,
Yeah,
I'd like
both
to
of
say thank you for listening, Dan.
Thanks so much.
We love you guys, and we'll see you next time. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we'll be back.